Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell.
What if the star you once adored on TV harbors secrets more unsettling than any role he ever played? Ashton Kutcher's fame soared with his boyish charm and comedic timing, but behind the Hollywood sheen, rumors and whispers have started to paint a far darker picture. The connections he's nurtured, from high-profile friendships to controversial late-night parties, are under new scrutiny in the wake of investigations swirling around Sean Diddy Combs. Today, we're peeling back the layers to reveal the unsettling events and unresolved questions haunting Ashton Kutcher.
So what makes Ashton the perfect co-host with you?
Oh man, I mean, it's evident. We friends. We got a lot of love and respect for each other.
Stay with me, because every piece of this puzzle unfolds another layer of intrigue, and no one can say for certain where it might lead next. Ashton Kutcher emerged from modest beginnings in Iowa to become a breakout star on the sitcom That 70s Show. Back then, he was simply the likable goof who made you laugh on Thursday nights. But almost as quickly as he rose to fame, Kutcher began forging powerful ties in Hollywood. People were dazzled by his business ventures, from tech investments to philanthropic efforts aimed at child protection. On the surface, he seemed like one of the good guys, someone devoted to bettering the world while balancing comedic success with a knack for entrepreneurship. Yet even in those early years, low-level chatter hinted that Ashton was moving in circles more complex than his public image let on.
So what's Ashton saying, Paula, about this friendship and their decades-long relationship?
Hey, Martin. Ashton's kind of in a tight spot.
Whether it was hosting lavish gatherings with influential figures or diving headlong into exclusive Hollywood cliques, suspicions occasionally broke through the veneer of his nice guy persona. It didn't help that he quickly married Demi Moore, a major star with her own complicated personal history. As news media poured over their every move, some noticed shadows around them, rumored scuffles, disturbing associations, and questionable acquaintances. Perhaps no single event stood out as a smoking gun back then, but there was always a sense that Ashton's personal life was more labyrinthine than he, or those around him, wanted to publicly admit.
After the indictment and arrest of Sean Diddy Combs, the spotlight has now moved to many of the celebrities who attended Diddy's lavish white parties.
And just as people were starting to forget the quieter rumors, everything changed when a single, horrifying tragedy put Ashton Kutcher's name in headlines for reasons no one anticipated, leading many to ask what really happened behind those closed doors. Most viewers who watched Ashton on TV or followed him on social media wouldn't suspect him of hobnobbing with industry giants like Sean Diddy Combs, but as Hollywood circles inevitably overlapped, the two struck up a high-profile friendship that extended far beyond casual red carpet greetings. After all, Diddy was known for throwing massive parties full of A-listers, rising starlets, and those who craved to rub shoulders with his influential circle.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis split rumors have been circulating online after his friendship with Diddy has been put under a magnifying glass following the rapper's arrest.
Ashton, by then transitioning from comedic actor to tech-savvy entrepreneur, seemed eager to network. For a while, their mutual admiration appeared harmless, two successful men living the dream. However, recent controversies surrounding Diddy have painted those glitzy gatherings in a different light. Diddy faces explosive allegations, with federal prosecutors and investigators peeling back layers of what they describe as a far-reaching pattern of exploitation. Allegations of freak-off parties, coercive behavior, and manipulative tactics have surfaced, shining a glaring spotlight on anyone who might have been part of these events. That includes Ashton Kutcher.
He and his wife, Mila Kunis, last year, actually, when Danny Masterson was convicted of rape, he and Mila were, they were on the...
While there's no definitive proof Ashton participated in or endorsed any wrongdoing, his well-documented presence at certain gatherings and his long-standing social ties to Diddy have spurred questions. How much did Ashton see, and what might he be forced to reveal if pressed by authorities? The speculation alone is unnerving, yet the moment people dug deeper into Ashton's timeline, they realized this was only a fraction of the darkness linked to his name, particularly after a tragic night that would forever alter the course of his life.
Okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing criminal charges.
The night Ashley Ellerin lost her life remains one of the most chilling chapters in Ashton Kutcher's story. In 2001, Ellerin, a fashion student planning to attend a post-Grammy gathering, was brutally murdered in her home. Ashton claimed he'd arrived late to pick her up for a date, peered through a window when she didn't answer, and noticed what he assumed was spilled red wine on the floor. Later, the world learned it was something far more horrifying. For years, Ashton's statement about that night went largely unquestioned, even as the Hollywood Ripper, Michael Gargiulo, was eventually charged with multiple violent offenses, including Ellerin's tragic end. In the aftermath, some questioned how Ashton's recollection fit into the larger timeline. Why had he not noticed anything amiss beyond a supposed wine stain? Did he immediately phone anyone for help?
That's the thing why I was saying it, will he be Epstein? We have seen over the years how many people have been at these goddamn parties. I was watching a video clip the other day with Ashton Kutcher.
The official narrative was that he was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, unaware that a tragedy had occurred. Yet recent chatter suggests there might be more to the story, especially after one of Danny Masterson's accusers insinuated that Ashton was on a call with Masterson soon after discovering Ellerin's motionless home. Though no concrete proof has emerged to contradict Ashton's statements, the insinuation that he planned a cover-up or knew more than he let on has many reevaluating how quickly and conveniently Ashton distanced himself from the whole ordeal. Those swirling questions gained even more momentum once Danny Masterson's legal nightmares collided with Ashton's squeaky clean public persona, leaving people to wonder if both episodes expose a deeper pattern of troubling alliances.
One celebrity he goes way back with, and that's Ashton Kutcher. The actor has gone on record discussing those parties and what he can't tell.
As if the Ashley Ellerin tragedy wasn't enough, Ashton later found himself tethered to a scandal involving his longtime friend and That 70s Show co-star Danny Masterson. In 2020, accusations surfaced claiming Masterson had forcibly taken advantage of multiple women in the early 2000s. The allegations led to his eventual conviction and a decades-long prison sentence, shaking the nostalgic fondness many fans held for the sitcom's cast. While Ashton wasn't accused of wrongdoing in Masterson's case, he and Mila Kunis wrote character letters appealing for leniency in Masterson's sentencing, calling him a positive influence, an older brother figure.
Ashton Kutcher is reportedly not a target in the federal investigation into Sean Diddy Combs' alleged crimes.
When those letters became public, the backlash was swift and fierce. Viewers who once saw Ashton as a champion of social causes felt betrayed, incensed that he'd defend someone found culpable of such serious offenses. Adding to the storm, victims and those close to the case called out Ashton directly, claiming he knew more than he let on. Old acquaintances pointed to phone calls, hush-hush conversations, and the possibility that Ashton had witnessed or learned of Masterson's behavior long before the public was made aware. Even though Ashton offered apologies and clarifications, many were left unsettled by the suggestion he'd stand by an accused abuser. Some observers speculated that perhaps Ashton felt indebted or fearful, tied to Masterson by deeper secrets that neither wanted to see brought to light. And just when you think these two ominous events might be the worst revelations, a new possibility emerges, that Ashton could soon be pulled into a federal investigation, courtesy of Diddy's unraveling legal fiasco. Diddy's high-profile arrest ignited a frenzy of allegations involving racketeering, exploitation, and shocking claims of coerced freak-off gatherings. After multiple raids on Diddy's lavish homes, rumors flew that the evidence seized might implicate more than just the hip-hop mogul. Some close to the investigation suggested that videos, photographs, and phone records could contain incriminating material about other Hollywood figures who frequented Diddy's orbit. Almost immediately, speculation fell on anyone known to have attended his notoriously decadent parties, and Ashton Kutcher's name once again surfaced. Sources alleged that Ashton might be concerned about what Diddy could reveal to federal authorities. The logic goes, if Diddy truly has compromising material on certain celebrities, he might trade those details for a more favorable deal. Even if Ashton never participated in anything illegal, the mere mention of his presence could spur a subpoena, forcing him to testify about what he saw or what he chose to ignore. The internet buzzed with theories on which celebrities might be implicated in the same swirl of accusations, and Ashton's long-standing camaraderie with Diddy made him a prime suspect in the eyes of conspiracy-minded fans.
One source allegedly told TMZ, quote, "This narrative has got to stop. Ashton has nothing to do with this. Zero involvement."
Could a single incriminating video, phone call, or text message be enough to tip Ashton's public image into permanent disfavor? The looming possibility of federal subpoenas is only part of the drama, because there's an equally disconcerting narrative unfolding around Ashton's personal life and the hidden tensions within his marriage to Mila Kunis. Rumors about strife between Ashton and Mila emerged after the Masterson letters exploded across social media. Critics hammered both actors for publicly supporting someone found guilty of exerting force against multiple women, and the intensity of the backlash seemed to rattle them. Speculation surfaced that Mila felt blindsided by just how deeply Ashton might have been entangled in Hollywood's darker corners. She'd stood by him through controversies, but this time, rumor has it, the pressure was proving too much. Friends of the couple allegedly heard stories of hushed arguments, frantic phone calls with legal teams, and mounting concerns that new evidence could implicate Ashton far more seriously than the public realizes. While there's no official confirmation that divorce is on the horizon, talk of them escaping to a quieter life in Europe or lying low outside the industry has gained traction. Observers recall how Ellen DeGeneres abruptly decided to relocate overseas amid speculation of her own connections to Diddy, a move that only fueled more conspiracy theories. Now, skeptics wonder if Ashton and Mila are considering a similar path, hoping distance might shield them from further scrutiny. Whether or not these rumors hold weight, the mere whisper points to a household under immense stress, grappling with personal regrets and the tension of what might still come to light. The idea of fleeing, though, only stirs a bigger question. If Diddy and his legal team start naming names to minimize his own liability, will Ashton's darkest secrets be thrown into the spotlight next? While Ashton Kutcher's name remains speculative in Diddy's broadening scandal, it's worth revisiting Ashton's much-publicized philanthropic projects, particularly those claiming to combat child exploitation. He co-founded an organization that uses technology to identify and prevent crimes against children online. For a while, this elevated him to a heroic status in certain circles, yet critics have pointed out the apparent contradiction. How could someone intimately acquainted with Hollywood's wildest parties also become a champion for protecting the vulnerable?
With Ashton Kutcher, and he was talking about Diddy parties and how he's like, I can't say this here and I can't say that. Man, him and his...
Was it genuine compassion or a calculated move to bolster a clean-cut public image? Complicating matters further, Ashton's ex-wife Demi Moore has long been a magnet for controversy, from her personal struggles to publicized footage showing her kissing a teenage boy. Pair that with the swirling claims about Ashton's presence in questionable gatherings, and the entire narrative grows more unsettling. Supporters argue that Ashton's philanthropic efforts should stand on their own merit, separate from any alleged wrongdoing by Hollywood associates. But detractors remain unconvinced, pointing out how often major figures have used charitable fronts to distract from or even conceal personal transgressions. If the federal probe into Diddy's dealings uncovers an even broader network of misconduct, Ashton's philanthropic image could crumble under the weight of any newly revealed truths. That tension leads us to the heart of the matter. If the investigations deepen and tapes or testimonies point fingers at Ashton, how might he respond, and can he truly escape accountability if the allegations prove credible? Right now, we're left with more questions than answers. Will federal investigators subpoena Ashton Kutcher, forcing him to break his silence about Diddy's notorious parties? Could Ashton be implicated in something far more nefarious than he ever let on? Or is this entire situation an overblown attempt to pin blame on a famous target? Rumors suggest Ashton is as nervous as he's ever been, keeping a low profile and hoping that neither Diddy nor anyone else decides to barter damaging secrets for leniency. Others claim Ashton is confident there's no evidence tying him to anything illegal or exploitative. The conflicting narratives only amplify the mystery. As new revelations appear almost daily, the stakes couldn't be higher. In high-profile investigations,
he's been involved with been at all these goddamn parties. I'm saying it's a house of goddamn cards, and it's about to crumble in front of us here.
Deals are often struck behind closed doors, and those once believed untouchable can find themselves under the glaring light of public scandal. The speed at which once sealed details have been leaking out is enough to rattle even the biggest celebrity, and if the rumors are to be believed, tapes from Diddy's so-called freak-off sessions could very well become the most explosive piece of evidence Hollywood has seen in years. Few people would emerge unscathed from the release of that kind of footage, especially someone like Ashton, who has painstakingly cultivated a good guy persona. So the real question is, if the mask does slip and Ashton stands at the center of a media storm, will the truth be even more alarming than the rumors that got us here? In the end, Ashton Kutcher's story is still unwritten. He remains wildly popular in certain circles, lauded for his entrepreneurship and philanthropic endeavors, yet hounded by shadows he can't seem to shake. The tragic night Ashley Ellerin lost her life, the disturbing allegations against Danny Masterson, the cryptic ties to Diddy's scandal, together they form a constellation of suspicion around a man who once seemed harmlessly boyish and philanthropic. While no formal charges hang over Ashton today, the unpredictable nature of federal investigation means that every rumor and every piece of evidence could become a critical turning point in his public narrative. Perhaps Ashton will emerge unscathed, cleared by the simple fact that he never participated in any of the wrongdoing swirling around him. Or maybe this is only the beginning of a protracted saga, one that might leave his reputation in shambles. The truth, whatever it is, has a habit of rising to the surface, no matter how fiercely some try to bury it. And if there's one thing we've learned from Hollywood's endless cycle of revelations, it's that shocking truths can burst into the spotlight when we least expect them. Keep your eyes on the headlines, because the coming weeks and months might expose hidden chapters that reshape everything you thought you knew about Ashton Kutcher and the Hollywood power structure he's been part of all along.